Hello folks, Tiso here with a quick guide on most of the puzzle types in the desert part of Sumeru. Let's start with some simple ones first. An obvious one are these little sand hills with a sparkle. You need to hit them with Anemo to uncover what's underneath. Other elements like Hydro and Cryo will not work. Later on, you will find sand piles with a blue glow. These will need a nearby device to uncover, and you can hit the nearby devices to change the direction and point them towards the sand. Some ruins will have these powered up floors, just step on them and they will disappear and stay gone. Some of these will lead you to a path forward, while others will have some goodies or some stuff to help you solve puzzles. A very common one are these blue data cubes that go along a set path, kinda like Sealies. However, if they run into a wind current, the cube will disappear and respawn at the last pillar. Just treat these like Sealies from the rest of Tevat. And be more patient when you're near the fans, you don't want to have your little buddy disappear. Another common device are these blue squares on the floor. You'll need to find a nearby blue prism and drag it into the square to power it up. The blue prisms will respawn as well, so you can use the same one to activate multiple squares. It does take a while to respawn though. Sometimes the device you unlock with the prisms are these little yellow pyramid things. These will reveal invisible objects around you, kinda like the Sumeru flying creatures when you hit them with Electro. Use this new revealing aura to interact with nearby devices such as torches or walls. Now let's put together what we just learned into a later puzzle. Here, we grab a blue prism to power up the square, then use the yellow pyramid buff to reveal the torches. Light them all up to activate the blue cube in the middle, then follow the cube to its home. These are pretty intuitive if you take them step by step. Here is a variant of the blue beam device. You can rotate the earlier ones you encounter, but there are some later on that move instead of rotate. Usually, the moving ones come in pairs, so you'll need to activate both of them and have them both reach the end before it resets. And this one is related to the storyline with Jet. You can activate the blue book devices, but the red ones say you need more clearance. You get more clearance by upgrading your Scarlet Sand Slate. You get this automatically in one of the major quest lines. To continue upgrading it, you'll need to go back to Aru Village and work on the Dual Evidence quest. This questline automatically starts when you enter the village after completing the previous quest with Jet. And if you use the Slate gadget or check the quest guidance, you can enter this new menu to show you where the ruins are located. Go to those ruins and solve those puzzles. Eventually, the red books will turn to blue and you can activate them to continue onward. Okay, now for some quick and easy puzzles that usually leads to treasure chests. Here we have some stones with symbols. Nearby will be another set of stones, and one of them will change if you hit them. So find the nearby set and keep changing the symbols until they all match. The Hourglass is a timed puzzle. After starting one, you have a time limit to activate the others. Sometimes, these puzzles require you to start on a specific hourglass, or spawn all of them with the blue prisms before you can start the puzzle. There are a handful of obelisks in the game, and you need to feed them enough seals to get a big treasure chest. They can also be used to mark nearby seals on the map for you to grab, and they will show up on both the minimap and the main map. Pretty helpful device for some extra loot. And the final two puzzles appear in the later half of the Sumeru desert. You can shoot these sand fountains to turn them on and off. You will need the sand to fill up all the containers below, one at a time. Each container will have a light indicator to show if it's full or empty. Just wait for it to fill up, and once it's full, release the valve under it to let the sand continue dropping to the next one. Just follow this chain until all the containers glow to get your treasure. And if a container does not fill up all the way, that means there's a leak, so you need to shoot what's underneath it to stop the sand from flowing to allow it to fully fill up. Once it's full, you can turn on the valve to allow the sand to keep flowing. And finally, there are some mini sandstorms in the desert. You'll need to power up your Jin device that you get from Jet's questline. It's a little after you meet Babel, and you cannot miss it. You will definitely remember when you meet Babel. Once your Jin is powered up, equip your new buddy and these sandstorms will just dissipate when you touch them. And those are some tips to solve some common puzzles in the Sumeru desert. If you need a reminder for the forest puzzles, then check out my other guide. Hope these help, and as always, have fun out there, traveler.